Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. Last time, we basically stabilized everything, and then threw that stability away real quick to go ahead and change some laws, and we did something else too with our stability. Oh yeah, it was an event where they gave us a bunch of political influence, which we then immediately reinvested into founding a city in Banuenta, which is currently being constructed, so nothing to see there quite yet. And also, the other bit of political influence went into changing that law, getting our succession law to where we want it to be long term, which does affect our current succession a little bit, but I do think it's likely that we're going to have at least a child be born before Donis dies. I guess he is 58, but he is still pretty young, given in the series so far, characters tend to die in their late 60s, 70s, and 80s most of the time, and not before that, so should be okay. Anyways, the other main thing we're doing is we're about to begin an invasion of Robogdia to fully secure the colonized land here in northern Hibernia, basically. I'm going to stop trying to pronounce this extremely long name, but you get the gist. Let's resume. Let's also cut it down to speed 2. Civic Advance also, that's kind of nice. Effect is pop capacity and global monthly food modifier, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and grab our free advancement. So I should have looked at this before the advance was coming up, so I have a few more coming up too, to see which of these would be good to get. Probably, well, if there was unintegrated culture happiness, that'd probably be the best one, but integrated culture happiness would affect all of Kenny. Also getting reduced governorship could be good. I don't think any of these are super critical right away. Grabbing legal patronage could be nice as well. Getting the extra 2 loyalty of characters just happening in the background really prevents a lot of edge cases from becoming problematic cases. Or dip rep, that's always good. This also gets us towards change governor policy cost, which, as we approach the point where some of our oldest provinces are going to start to have fully Akeni populations, we may want to reconsider changing away from convert culture. Although we're going to always be getting pop migration of non-Akeni, and so unless we have other modifiers that make the whole province change culture, people not in the cities where there may be more cultural conversion won't be converting, which isn't a huge deal, but something to keep in mind potentially. Getting to town criers, though, could be quite good. This will give us a 10% monthly political influence, which is quite substantial. And it does also reduce smear reputation. I don't think I've ever used smear reputation or plan to ever use it. It just doesn't seem to be super useful. But getting towards town criers could be good, which means either of these leads to official orders, which leads to town criers. So I think it is probably worth it to go for town criers. There are obviously other good options, such as over here. We could, for example, make our way through and get more starting experience and whatnot. But we're not really in any situations yet where our military disadvantages have become an issue. Other things like capital import routes could be quite good, or national tax globally. All the stuff here is going to be really good, but I do think it is probably worth pushing for, let's see, anything else over here that matter quite a bit. Not really. I mean, this one, okay, so actually, getting triumphal coins right now, this would actually be the situation to do it when we actually have... Okay, well, I thought I had 8,000 manpower maximum before. What changed? That's a pretty substantial change. Was I misreading before? Maybe I misread it. But for example, if we do triumphal coins after the... well, actually, we have another one coming up pretty soon. Yeah, June of... So actually, let's do triumphal coins after the war when we've lost a bit of manpower to refill our manpower. And then we could then do a war right after that, I suppose. Or hold off on that until it's at the right time. Let's not overthink it. Let's just go for town criers. Let's go ahead and grab legal patronage for now. A system of legal sponsorship that will establish a means of hierarchy within the echelons of our realm. All right? And the next 2 that we'll get, which will be here and here, we could go for official orators, which will add better tyranny reduction, and then town criers. So looks fine. Looks fine. All right. Now our guys are getting deployed over here. I think they should be fine attrition-wise, so they do have those baggage trains. Should be totally good. Let's go ahead and get this fixed, though, in developments, and tell them all about the right kinds of folks. Use light infantry, and then use heavy infantry, and then use chariots. Chariots aren't really actually that good for flanking because they don't have good maneuver, which is one of these very hard to understand Imperator Rome combat mechanics, which this game does a really bad job explaining the current combat system. It's better than the combat system was in the past, but it's still not very... Anyways, let's not dwell on this stuff. So let's head over to Voluntia Borealis, and then you just go chill in Manawia for now. That's fine. Come to Manawia as well. Looks like Bellacianus Welbus is disloyal. We're not at a power-based problem yet, so I'm not going to worry about this quite yet. The Carthaginian Civil War ends. The bitter civil war in Carthage has finally... Oops, let's not unpause, please. It's finally come to an end with the loyal forces of Barashtart Barca utterly crushing the rebel armies led by Abibal Barca, and so this was a Barca civil war as well, and his scheming cohorts. We are reliably informed that the turning point of the war was during the siege of Isle, when the rebel forces attempted to rout the loyalist army, but were outmaneuvered by the superb tactics of Barashtart Barca. The outcome of this war is largely irrelevant to us, as we do not consider Carthage as either a friend or enemy yet. Nevertheless, we ought to be careful now that their nation is on track to recovery. Okay. Well, again, not affecting us right now, but a more cohesive Carthage does play a bigger role in our future. They have fully secured North Africa. I mean, obviously except for Egypt. Looks like Cyrenaica is actually holding on. Oh my god, Cyrenaica. Look at you. But Egypt is doing Egypt stuff, to be expected. Rome is really, really pushing into Illyria. They're making their way actually into Pannonia now. That's pretty interesting. Rome is really not focusing on northern Italia at all, and sort of Cisalpine Gaul. That's a choice that they've made, I suppose. All right, so that's fine. Let's not worry about that too much yet. Oh my gosh, mouse, please, please, just once. All right, let's get ourselves into position here and get our guys set. I guess do I need to have my navy active right now? Honestly not. I don't think I'm going to use my navy at all. I just need them to transport the troops. I don't even need them to be raised. Let me speak English, please. I don't need my naval maintenance to be up in order for them to transport troops, but it was just to plan to fight their navy, but I don't think their navy will play any role whatsoever. They can't... Once I defeat their army in their capital, which is what I will do as soon as the war starts, shouldn't matter if they can move troops around, unless they hire mercs and move the mercs somewhere, but even then, I can always just establish my navy's pay, and it should be fine. Anyways, let's go ahead and attack. Brigantia will join, allegedly, although I don't really need them to. I guess I can't tell them not to. They're forced to join, which is what I thought they would do before. All right, we're going to take this, and let's go. Declare war on Rabogdia using war goal. Looks fine. Let's do it. All right, here we go. Move on in. They should spawn their army in their capital. I guess we'll see what they do, but we'll leave our navy in Manawia just on standby if we need them. Of course, with their pay reduced, so we're not spending a ton of money where we don't really need to. Let's slowly march our way in here. I don't see their army at all. Maybe they're just not going to spawn the army, which would be kind of a clever maneuver. Okay, here they are. Once I kill them, I'll try and split my army and have half of them go siege down this other fort over here. I've learned from 2 episodes ago. Believe it or not, I'm learning. All right, we have 10 times their number just about, so it should be totally fine. Well, not really 10 times their number, but we have quite a bit more of them. Quite a bit more of us than of them, is what I'm trying to say. They actually have a discipline bonus. Not that it mattered. Where was that coming from? I didn't get a chance to mouse over. Wait, we've killed 1,000 of... Or no, sorry. We killed 831. They did manage to kill more than we killed, so... We were admittedly fighting in bad terrain over a river. Bad terrain, that's... Yeah. We had some bad dice rolls. That's unfortunate, but that's what our manpower is there to recover for, so off they go. Now let's go ahead and split this army in two. The second force is led also... Oh, this is another confusing thing. The it's the head of the family leading the levy. I think actually for all the levies, the leader of the levy leads all of the like versions of the levy. So both levy sets are led by this guy, by Donis. So I don't know exactly what to make of that, but we're going to just shift this force over. So they each have one supply train. That's good. So we'll try and do this war a little bit more efficiently by having both sieges happen simultaneously. Anorestes Welbus died from leprosy. He was a rival of Boyrix. He was the master of the guard. He was the rival of the head of the Urkii family. Okay, so this troublemaker has passed away. Let's assign a new master of the guard. Are the Urkii in need of a position now? No, I just gave them an extra position, so that's actually good. So let's give it to really anybody would be fine. Anyone who's qualified, just not another Dewika. We have too many Dewikas, and we don't have too many, but I'd rather give myself a cushion like that. So let's give this to a Welba. You're totally fine. You have good marshal. Loyalty's fine. All right, looks good. What a name. Willibia Welba. All right, you're going to go ahead and take your position there. Very good. All right, so this is the certified worst terrain I've ever fought a war to take over. This is just for border war reasons, like 100 billion%. This terrain is not worth spending the amount of money I'm spending to do this war, but this is just to remove a border for me, and yeah, you understand. You get it. You all understand what I'm doing this for. Also, this year, let's not forget, 1st of October, let's get our thing there good. Don't you dare die in that storm, by the way. You're an expensive ship, I say to the ship. Fortress under siege. Very good. How many hexarees do we still have to build? Only 2 left. That's fine. They can go stand over here in the corner. That's fine. I guess they could come attack my land, but I'm not super worried. Ablania does project a lot of control in the region, so should be okay, I think. Really think it should be okay. Okay, precious metals from Cornoia. Marcomanni won it. Alright, that's fine. Oh, yeah, that's good. Love to see it. Now, I'm still not seeing anyone taking my livestock yet, but is it because there's no port in the area? I don't know if that should affect it at all. That seems like the sort of thing that should affect it, but I don't know if it would affect it. I could build a port down here in Corvinium, just to see if that changes it. This would just be for purely research purposes. This would at least create a port into the region. Plus Cornoium, I mean, yeah, I think I'll build a port in Cornoium. Cornoium's gonna eventually be a city for sure. It's on a river, it's on the coast, it's plains, and actually it is iron though. But I think I'd rather still build a city and not take advantage of the iron. So let's build a port here, that's fine. I only don't want to build ports, by the way, in locations that I know will never be cities, like terrible terrain, not coastal. I mean, let's think for a moment about what I just said. I don't want to build ports if it's not coastal. Yeah, that one speaks. Ah, oh no! I just realized they've got mercs down here. Oh, that's really awkward. Where do they hire them from? I guess from here. Yeah. So, anyways, we're not building ports in non-coastal settlements. That is a factual statement I just said. They actually hired mercs, and they're immediately black flagged. So they have to, I think, walk into unsettled terrain. So these mercs are not going to be a danger for quite some time. So I'm going to keep an eye on them. I'm not too worried about them. Maybe they're going to be distracted by Brigantia, or even better, they're going to go fight Brigantia, which I'd be fine with. Go right ahead. All right, what's this? The prime farmland granted to veterans of battle is a simple recognition of their service to Britannia. Sometimes, however, the lures of battle and glory can prove too much for those unaccustomed to the life of menial labor. A recent bad winter caused those working the fields to up and leave, hoping to find better work in our armies, leaving a vast tract of arable land unclaimed. We have reappropriated it to better serve our flourishing state. So we got a couple months' worth of manpower, and Londinium gains some good modifiers. The fact that the loyalty doesn't matter, it's the capital province. Tax rate in Londinium, that's going to actually meaningfully affect our bottom line. So 15.62. Okay, I may have spoken too soon, but I think it's doing something to have Londinium give us more tax. Maybe next month. Okay, it added like 0.4, so that's more than Nothing. Okay, you're exiled and you're not leaving my territory, so I don't know what you're doing. You're not able to do anything. So this was a pretty poor place to select mercenaries. There's other mercs that are not in the middle of my territory they could have got that wouldn't exile them, so I don't know what they're thinking. Also, let's keep an eye on this. Don't want to miss it. That would be embarrassing. Oh, what's this? Okay, so actually, hold on. This is actually... I got a little scared there because I just saw those numbers, but their morale is absolute garbage. I don't know what they're thinking. I am attacking into the marsh. Am I attacking over river? I don't think I am because I'm already here. But they've got almost no morale, even though this would actually be, with full morale, this would be a genuinely, like, balanced fight with me as the attacker with my other bonuses. They've also no tactic bonus. Okay, this is fine. This was just a complete throwaway from them. Big mistake. Yeah, so no stack wipe, that's unfortunate, but we did manage to scare them away. Although now they're going to threaten this army over here. They could link up with this army. Okay, so things are actually a little tenser now. So they're fully combined force, which is just the mercs. Okay, so it looks like they've actually hired two... Okay, here's what's going on. I see what's going on. Because I was thinking, where did they get that other force? It's actually a separate mercenary force. So this little nation has hired two mercenary companies, each of which threatens one half of my army, which means combined they threaten my full army, which means this now got a little bit more interesting. So one thing I can do to change the... what's the word? To kind of like even the odds a bit is summon my levy in Caledonia, which will summon them anywhere that I pick. Let's go ahead and pick the right location here. Summon the levy here, and I could summon them in Manawia and then ship them over, but I think I could just summon them up here and have them join. I'd probably want them to join this force, honestly. It's a little bit more in a dangerous position, but I can't safely do that, I don't think. Unless I can safely do that. Let's see. Let's do something daring here. Do it like that. All right. You have good morale. Let's go for it. Let's go join that force. I guess I could split this levy too, because that'd be a little more efficient to have each side. But I'd rather reinforce this further away army with this levy. This is getting complicated. Let's just have them go join over here, because they're the force that are next to the existing actual levy of Robogdia. Okay, so remember when I said last episode that I don't want this war to get complicated? This war has gotten complicated. That's okay. Now actually Brigantia's derpy little army is going to maybe matter, so I'm actually glad they're in the war now. But when these guys reach Brigantia, is that going to un-black flag them? I'm actually not sure. Let's find out together. 21st of September. Okay, so we're going to... So this is actually kind of dangerous. So when this force regains their morale and this force has full morale, I'm going to be sandwiched in a pretty tough position. I'd be attacking into the forest if they attack me here. Unless I get really lucky with these rules, I may need to withdraw this army. And so what I might do is have my navy... Because I don't see any... They actually don't have any ports. They don't have any ships. So there's no danger at all for my navy with low morale. Let's actually have my navy come hang out in the coastal tile just in case we need to do a Dunkirk-style escape, which I think is doable from a fort. I'm actually not sure if it is, but let's find... Oh, what's this? Oh god, no, Brigantia, don't even... What are you... Brigantia, why? Why are you taking this fight, Brigantia? You fool, what are you doing? No, don't do that. No, this is a swing army. What? Oh, okay, holy moly, I just paused at the right moment. Okay, let's... Oh, I'm so tempted to grab Rosemerta now. I'm scared of this manpower, but we do have that... that innovation on standby, so I think I'd rather just stick with ruler popularity, honestly. Well, oh yeah, let's not mess around with it. Let's grab ruler pop. Bonus once again. Should be fine. This is the safe bet. Alright, so I don't know what Brigantia is doing. I mean, after reaping the benefits of the AI, making weird decisions like this all series, I guess it's about time I suffer for it, so... Big mistake happening up here. At least they're going to weaken this army a bit, but this is just throwing their soldiers away for no reason at all. Just absolute chaos. Yeah, so just completely wasted that, but... Okay, now they're going to move away, so that's a little safer. We're actually now in a pretty good position percent-wise. This second fort siege is going way better than the primary capital fort siege, So maybe this army is going to come attack Ablania, which would be ideal, honestly. I keep calling it Ablana because I keep getting it mixed up with, what's it called? I guess it is the place I'm thinking of, like, anyways, I'm not going to worry about that. So how is my city? I think it's in 511 is when the city gets founded. All right, let's 21%. Can we finally get 8? Okay, no. Someday we'll get a 21% roll, and it'll be amazing. So once this force meets up with this force, it'll be at about 8,000, which will challenge this force, but it's not meeting up. It's actually wandering away, so I don't know what they're doing. That Merc force is maybe not being the most useful. Here come the black-flagged mercenaries. They're just going to cross. Oh, I could have stopped them from crossing. That might have been a smart idea. I didn't think about that. That's fine, though. It should still be okay. They're going to come down here? I don't know what they're doing. Some very strange maneuvering decisions being made by these Merc stacks. Port in Corinium is done. All right, so if anything, this just adds... What? What? I think you put it in the wrong spot. Oh no! Who's gonna tell him? We'll be able to sail the seas from here, boys. Hop on board the boat and start sailing. Only 100 miles of grass to go. Okay, that's so cursed. I almost want to delete the port. This makes me uncomfortable to look at. Okay, we'll give it a month or two to see if that fixes our livestock selling problem, but this is beyond cursed. This can't exist for very long. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I've never seen a glitch that bad in this game, graphically at least, you know. Actually, I haven't really had that many issues with other kinds of glitches so far. That's one thing I will say, is this game is fairly technically polished. Okay, we're able to sell wood from Duratrigia, but that's not what I was looking for with the Belge. Not with you. We'll sell it to someone else. Wood from Duratrigia. Okay, you're fine. Let's sell it to you. Okay, yeah, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna destroy the port. I mean, when this is a city, maybe the port will... I guess it's because it's, like, a very weird, like, unusual, like, sea tile that's really weirdly shaped. Like, this should really be a river, honestly. But, whatever. Not a big deal. Okay, so these guys are linking up now, but we almost have the fort. Should be okay, I think. Yeah, this is quite scary now, but if we get the fort now... Okay, here we go. That's pretty huge. Now we can definitely win against this force defensively, or we could just leave. What I might do, actually, for maximum efficiency with my manpower, is try to not do any fights at all. Let's not fight anything we don't need to. Let's just wait for this fort to be taken over. We can just hang out here and protect this fort. If they want to cross the river to attack into a forest, now that I'm the defender, that's totally fine. We're going to also move you back to Manalia. Don't need you over there now. So we may be able to avoid having to fight anybody anywhere. If this capital fort can just fall real quick there, we'll win the war. And we can take the land, and it will all be fine. All right, I just got to check. How's this coming along? City under construction. 30th of August of this year, all right? Okay, this force is splitting up too. So they're probably going for this force here now, which I will come over to stop them if they do that. Let's see here. Defenders desert. All right, so here comes the 6,000. They split this force? No, this is just one of the levies. What are they doing? Are they just going to go kill Brigantia more? Brigantia, you're supposed to be protecting me from the north. What are you doing? You're just letting all your forces die. All right, Omen power improved. All right, let's go ahead and I think probably still continue to make our way. Yeah, we're not able to get the full advantage of the 5k free manpower recovery, so let's grab official orators, which will give us better monthly tyranny reduction. Not a huge amount, but that is a 10-12% bonus, so that is something. Employing skilled speakers to proclaim our decrees, laws, and decisions will lessen the chance of fermenting dissent in our population. Very good. All right. This is quickly become, like, this is probably one of the funnier wars I've done in this series, in the sense of it's a pretty low-stakes war, but just so many weird things are happening in relation to this war. It's definitely pretty good. Alright, they were going to siege Ablania after all. We're going to win this siege race unless I get the... I guess, to be fair, the kind of luck I've had with sieges in this series would make me think I won't win the siege race, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. How's the... So that actually, the loyalty during wartime against a local native group is actually going pretty well, so that's quite nice. You think the locals wouldn't be pleased with this, but I guess they're fine with it. So, here we go. 35% forever, as usual. We'll just have to wait. A pragmatic ascension. King Donis is known for having a character unfitting a ruler, really. And this weakness has been seen as an opportunity among some of his likely successors. There is always treasonous talk against such rulers, but the enthusiasm and ambition of Kuno Wina Diwika, who is one of our house members, not a family member, but she is a successor. She's not very likely, but she's in the Diwika family, the extended house family. Kuno Wina suggests that rather than enduring the ineffective rule of Donis for the foreseeable future, her own character and abilities would better suit the throne and serve Britannia. Dangerous talk, to be sure, but she may have a point. Can we afford to pass up an opportunity? Well, honestly, her stats aren't actually much better than Donna's. In fact, I'd actually argue they're worse overall. She has a lower total sum of stats out of 40. And I don't even need to do the math for that. Like, Donis has really good zeal and, what's this called? Finesse. I'd rather have 7 finesse versus 2 finesse versus 5 finesse versus 3. I don't know if that made sense, but he overall is a better king than she would be queen. Plus, she's older than him. Plus, this would really mess up our line of succession that we've spent several episodes doing. So this is definitely not going to happen. Oh my gosh, we have to imprison her? Oh no. Okay, how much? She has no power base. So that's good at least. Yeah, that's irritating. I don't want to be doing this internal family squabbling, but I guess she gives me no choice. At least we have enough stability for this to not be too severe, but that is irritating for sure. Leadership does not become her. We're going to imprison her. Lose some stability. She's been apprehended. All right. What do we do with you? Honestly, I'm thinking we just release her. But her loyalty is... The thing is, her loyalty is fine. This event isn't because of her bad loyalty. And I wish this is another pet peeve I have with this game. I wish that events like that force you to take drastic action were based upon things like bad loyalty. If she was really disloyal, that would have been my fault as the person playing the game. I would have failed to micromanage her loyalty correctly. But her loyalty is fine. She was not a disloyal character. She was in a family I've been, finessing to be in power for this whole time. That event is just because she happens to be a minor successor. That's all. And it forced us to take such a drastic action. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to release her because she's not actually naturally a bad character for me. But the event artificially made her a problematic character. But otherwise, she's fine. So we're going to release her. Let's just... At least I got some loyalty from releasing her from prison. Whatever, let's just not worry about that. I'm just going to be irritated by that if I think about it for too long. Yeah. Here comes the last ship. I'll just leave it there because I'm probably going to send this Navy... Well, no, I'm going to need the Navy to transport my guys, so we'll send it over. All right, 42%. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you, Donis. There we go. All right, 410 days, as expected, I suppose. I've got some loyalty, or some popularity for... Who is this? Some guy. Okay. That's that, and once this is... I guess we can probably actually win right now, I think. Sue for peace. No, actually not. What's the issue? Okay, once this land is taken over, we'll be fine. So let's go ahead and we'll just stay here and wait for this to be taken over. And maybe the monthly tick will help also. Then we can go ahead and win. Unless them sieging this is affecting their feeling of victory, but I don't think it should. All right. Yeah, there it is. 59. This should definitely be enough. Here we go. And just like that, a war with no... I mean, aside from the first slaughter of their army in their capital, and then slaughtering the mercs who crossed over, we didn't really kill that many of them, but like aside from very straightforward fights that I wanted to take, this was actually a war with no bad engagements, which I'm actually pretty happy with. In the bad northern Hibernian terrain, too. This would not be good to move around in a lot, so we're going to go ahead and give ourselves this land. Totally fine. Let's do it. The Rebogdian elite. All right, so we know what's going to happen to them. We're going to go ahead and imprison the leaders. We're going to lose some popularity on Donis. Totally fine. All right. That's that. Let's go ahead. Let a day pass. I probably don't need to let a day pass, but that's what I've done. We also got an oratory advance from that, so that's kind of nice. Which we're going to go ahead and grab the Town Criers. When active, monthly political influence plus 10%, and reduced cost for smear reputation. Employing skilled orders on our behalf will allow us to anonymously spread the truth about those wicked enough to bring act against our interest. Very good. So now we're at 1.90 influence per month. Love to see it. All right. We're going to go ahead and disband our forces. This will give us actually a nice little bit of military experience as well. Lower the levy here as well, please. Thank you. That should be that. All right, so let's go ahead and destroy some of these buildings. So you have a farming settlement, actually with grain. It's in the forest, so not really a great location for food production, but I suppose that's fine. I don't need you to have a fortress. Yeah, this is fine. And I don't need to have a fortress either. Although actually, I guess a fortress on this crossing would have been okay. I didn't notice the crossing because there's like a lot of effects in the way, but not a big deal. I'm not going to rebuild the fortress just because of that. If I'm like letting this crossing be a strategically important place for army movement, I've already failed as a gamer, so we're just not going to worry about that. Same with over here. We're not going to worry about it. So that's that. Loyalty is actually okay, honestly. Obviously, all the new locations have bad loyalty, but only Rogdabodia Orientalis, where was the former capital, has enough population to make an effect, and Vinoma's effectiveness as a governor is enough to counteract it. So totally fine. And now, importantly, once these stupid storms get out of the way, the Britannia sphere over here, the Britannia name is fully established here, and these still can't be colonized, much to my irritation. Yeah, we're not going to be able to colonize these for a little while, but it is what it is. All right, that's that. Now let's go ahead. Actually, yeah, we don't need to. What am I thinking? We don't need to move our army anywhere. We can just disband them. So we're going to have you go back over here to Londinium, have you reverse course to Londinium, and that's that. So that's good. Okay, so by the way, when is this done? I think next month. Yeah, at the end of next month. Then we'll build the granaries and get that mission complete. Oh god, you're going through the storm. Should have thought about that. Aggressive expansion is actually pretty fine. I don't know why it's not been so bad recently, but it really has not been so bad. Alright, you just chill in Londinium. I am bothered by the disappearing buildings over here, but I don't know what's causing that. I was so sure I had 3 ports there in the past, but oh well. What can you do? So I'm just not selling these anywhere. I guess no one wants to buy more livestock? I mean, that's the only explanation. Very strange. But what I can do is I can continue building up my navy, so because I can definitely afford to maintain a larger navy still. So I think going to 20 hexades and let's see here, 20. I kind of do math right now. So 30 Liburnians. I think 40 Liburnians. 20. No, wait. What did I have before? So 30 and 15. Why can't I do math right now? 40 and 20. Yeah, okay, wow, I'm so stupid. It's twice as many, so 40 and 20. Oh my god, oh wow, okay, that was a serious brain fart moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll build the navy. Build the navy. What am I looking for here? Oh my god, where is it? Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Got that taken care of. Not even really that much of my money was used by that. Oh, also, we can make more money by selling the slaves, of course. Alright, so we're going to sell you. Get more tyranny, but that's fine. Sell the slavery. Sell into slavery. Actually, at this point, the tyranny gain versus the money gain probably isn't worth it. So this might be the last round of selling into slavery that I do. We have so much money now, and the tyranny is a little harder to cut down. Again, tyranny isn't super terrible to have as a monarchy, but the loyalty effect is the main thing I care about. But the other modifiers like slave output is actually really nice, and aggressive expansion change is really nice. So it is a double-edged sword, as you might imagine, but I think it's just not worth it to sell into slavery. I think in the future, when I get those, you've taken over all the nobility, I'll pick a different option, maybe the one that gives you more popularity or some other modifier. I don't really need to do this money micromanagement as much anymore, so it should be okay. All right, let's take a look here. Looks fine. Yeah. In terms of technology, this is almost there. All right. Boyrex is doing pretty good. I don't know much about the naval meta for this game. In the comments, someone tell me if it's better to have all of your ships in a big doom stack. I think it probably is, based on what I do know about the naval mechanics. So we'll probably just want to have our whole navy in one large naval group all the time, especially if we're going to be fighting Rome or something in the future, which is the main reason I want to have a big navy. All right, the coming of the city of Banawenta. Our extension of new privileges and investments into the local infrastructure has seen Banawenta grow from relative humility into a true Icenia city. While it still has some way to go before it can rival the great cities of our age, the past 2 years have ushered in a new era of growth and urbanization in this territory. And we're going to actually found another city, probably this episode, before we end it. We're almost to 50 influence again. These are the best of times. Look at this. I'm so happy that I'm finally able to found cities in my core territory after dozens of episodes saying how excited I am to have cities and to actually do that. It's here. So here's Banawenta. Probably definitely our smallest city so far, but it will grow. It has a really, really good pop capacity. And one thing we can do is do that mission. Not this mission, but this mission. Have two granaries in Banawenta. We are going to go for it. It's producing so much food. We may as well give it this crazy food capacity modifier just so we have tons of food stored up just in an emergency situation. So there's that. Let's go ahead and build 2 granaries. And with that, that'll take up all the slots. We actually don't need to keep the granaries. I might in the future delete the granaries for some other building. But until then, they're totally fine to have. They do add civ level, and they do give a lot of provincial food capacity. So let's do that. All right, almost there. Now, what city do we want to build next? Canetio is an obvious one so that we can start building stuff where the wonder is taken up. Horses from Dabunia. So still no one wants my livestock, but now they want the horses. Really? Well, okay, if you say so. You're fine, we'll sell you horses. Okay. I guess I'll just hold on to the livestock for now, that's fine. Oh well. I guess I should have thought through if livestock is really that valuable, because livestock is such a common resource. It's not even that it's not valuable, it's that it's just so common. Not many people want to buy livestock from another nation. Probably, right? So, I don't know. I guess I'm buying livestock from another nation, but that's just for the, what's it called? The bonus that livestock gives. All right, 30-15, there we go. All right, you're the head of the Glatia family, you're the head of the Welbia family, so the heads of families are disloyal. That's pretty standard. Can I do anything to make you fine with me? Not really. You're the really old guy. Let's just not worry about it. The loyalty problems aren't that severe. These guys don't have a ton of power base, so it should be okay. Standard stuff. Standard stuff. Almost there. Bump it up to speed 3. Now, what city do I want to build that? What settlement do I want to build that city in? That's a good question. Here we are. Okay, so we have a lot of options. Now, in terms of city location, so basically, I've said this before, but every single provincial capital is a future city location. That's why I fixate on picking the location so much. But which one do I want to go to first? Well, one quite interesting option is Ablania, to start getting more population over here to assist in colonizing all this uncolonized land. But I don't need to colonize this land immediately. It's not a huge problem. Another option is actually Manawia, even though this isn't really normally a super great location. There's no river, but it is coastal and it is plains, so this does fit my city idea. And the other thing is, it's in the Votodinia province, which means the only other place in Votodinia I'd want to have the provincial capital be, and of course the rest is uncolonized or taken up by my vassal Brigantia. Which of these Brigantia locations would be a good capital/city location? Of them, probably Blato Bulgium would be the best one. It's fairly central. I think this is touching. The tips are touching. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Blato Bulgium is okay. It's also in a pretty good like pivot location around here. But I do think Manawia being a city, it's in a very important strategic location for naval purposes. So having Manawia be a city, which means having it be fortified and have the port, eventually having a level 3 port, this actually is a pretty important naval strategy location to have a city in the future. But it, again, is the best location for a city next in this episode. Other good options are Kanoium for similar reasons to Manawia. This will also help ensure I can start investing more into the metals and whatnot over here in Ordowikia. Gabanium is also a pretty good location. Although, actually, hold on. I think one of my missions involves Kanoium being a city. Yeah. But Ordowikia doesn't import olives, though. Nor will it for a while. I don't think I need to worry about this one too. Well, that's a lot of slaves that appear, though. No, I'm not going to worry about that mission, so let's not worry about that. Other good options. Having Dictium be a city would let me build a port there freely, and this would, I mean, there's not really a lot of activity up here, but having Dictium become a city would actually mean, because I think it's already a colony, right? Is it not? Where's my colony up here? This is Brigantic culture. Did I not set up a colony for the Brigantic culture? I might have forgotten to. Let's see. No, I do. Where did I set up a colony for them? Maybe it was somewhere else. I'm pretty sure I set up a colony in here, in Dictium. Am I going crazy? Did I really forget to? Okay, I don't know where I set up that colony, but either way, Dictium is another good location, or similarly, Petuaria. Petuaria is not coastal, but it is on the river, so it's also in a really central location, so this would turn Coritania into a much better province if this was turned into a city. I could start building infrastructure around here. Or go back to my Manawia idea, because the thing is, any more like Hibernian stuff I'm doing around here, Manawia is definitely going to be my jumping off point. I'm also thinking about where I want to build my ports in this northern region. I think having Isamnian be a port might make sense, because it's this way I can get to Ablania really quickly. I'd eventually build a road here as well, but that's way future far away. Ablania is only connected to the coast by one tile through Isamnian, and Isamnian is not otherwise an important location to have something here, so I think kind of like what I've done down here, where I built a port, although this is a better future city location. Even though this will never be a city, I think I'd rather just have this be like a port and not worry about having this be a super good settlement later on. This is otherwise such a terrible tile that I don't need to worry about having it be a perfect future settlement if it's not going to be a city. So this is the sort of case where it's the only tile that connects Ablania to the ocean by one tile, so let's just do that. All right. And so, back to the city question. The other option is Canetio, which is, again, another southern kind of breadbasket location. But I think Canetio is fine without being a city quite yet. I think I'm going to go for Manawia. This is kind of an interesting idea, because I never expected Manawia to be a permanently important location for me. But it's actually, when I think about it, it's a plains on the coast, so those are two of my main criteria. No river, that's okay. And it is actually a pretty good capital for the Votedinia region in the sense of it's a good location strategically. Obviously, within the Votedinia region, I'd probably want to turn Tremontium into a fort, even if it's not going to be a capital. It's really good coverage. So, because I don't own this currently, and I'm not going to integrate Brigantia for a little while still. In fact, when can I do that? I need to have better... Okay, now it's an opinion matter, so let's continue boosting opinion with them. If I have been doing that, which I hope I've been doing it. Or can I sell them Manalia yet? Oh my gosh. Why is this list structured like this? Good lord. Why? What is this list? Oh my gosh. Okay, I just wanted to see if I can sell Manalia to them yet. Why? Oh my... Oh, good lord. Okay, hold on. I'm just looking for the word Manalia. I can't even like scroll slowly. It's just, oh my gosh, this might be the worst UI in the game. I'll be honest. Like, as much as I've complained about the UI in other ways, this is pretty grim. I'll be honest. Can I not even select Manalia? Oh, here it is. Okay, they still won't take it. I don't think they'll ever take it. I don't know. Maybe the sell territory mechanic isn't very conducive. So we're gonna be stuck with Manalia. So let's. You know what? Let's, hold on. Oh, it has a construction in progress. It does? What? Has construction in progress. No, it doesn't. Is it because I'm founding a city elsewhere? That's not right, though. Maybe I needed to wait a day? No. What's the issue here? Has construction in progress. I don't understand what that means. Oh, it's because of that. Okay, hold on. That's easily fixed. Let's cancel those. Okay, it meant constructing the boats. I thought it meant constructing a building. I was like, what? We're going to found a city in Manalia. All right, there we go. Now we'll just do that. There we go. Actually, let me just do it from the Navy so we don't forget. Build the Navy. There we go. Okay, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching this action-packed wartime episode. And next episode, what are we going to do? We're going to see the city of Manalia get founded, probably, and reevaluate our next target. I should also, at the start of next episode, decide who to start fabricating on so that we're ready to go with our next war when it comes. But that'll be for next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.